I have two book recommendations for you today. The first is The Tattooist of Auschwitz. Somebody recommended it, so I put it on hold at my library. When it came in, I just started reading it. I didn't know anything about it other than the title. I assumed it was a fictional story, yet today when I was almost finished with the book, I found out that it was actually based on a true story. It's the true story of crimes that took place during World War II at the Nazi concentration camps. It's a very moving story based on the true story of the Tattooist of Auschwitz. Now, I've read many stories on survivors of Nazi concentration camps. Most memorable for me until now was the story of Corrie ten Boom and The Hiding Place. This is the second book I'm going to recommend today. Corrie ten Boom and her family hid Jews during World War II. In their home, they built a special room for them, a hiding place. They were later accused of hiding Jews and they were arrested. The Jews were never found in their home, yet Corrie and her family were taken to a concentration camp. The house where Corrie and her family hid Jews is now a museum. I've actually visited that museum. I stood in that room, that hiding place, with my husband and my daughter. If you get a chance to visit a museum like the Corrie ten Boom house, I recommend that you visit. Or another Holocaust museum, such as the National Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C. There's also an excellent Holocaust museum in El Paso, Texas. I visited both of those museums. These are things that should be remembered, they should never be forgotten, and they should never be repeated. So I recommend these two books. They're not for the weak at heart. Put the books on hold at your library. Wow. I would recommend this book. Out of all the stories I've read about the Holocaust, this one stands out almost to the extent of this book. If you haven't read the book The Hiding Place or The Tattooist of Auschwitz, I would recommend that you read these books. One thing I can say is that I'm truly grateful that I have the freedoms that I have today. I'm thankful for those who fought for those freedoms, who died for those freedoms.